We are on the internet.
All right,
Hmm.
my freaks, geeks,
And
and
razor
lazy piece of
sharpies.
shits.
Hold on. Hold on. No, hold up. Now I want to know who qualifies as the last one. Because I'm the only person here who hasn't walked halfway across a country, but I also spent 6 days fighting a siege. So I'm really curious as to who qualifies as the lazy piece of shit here.
Anyways.
No. Now we have to get the list. Who's the
You've
freak? Who's the geek? And who's the lazy piece of shit?
you've piqued our fucking interest now, DM. Because clearly I'm the freak, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got some weird shit going on, but also they have some weird shit going on. Not naming any names, but it seems a lot like Ross might be the freak too, on account of his horrifying arm. And then of course Arthur also has a fucking claim to freakdom as Child of the Briar.
Mm-hmm.
So my fucking question stands there. Who's the geek? Because both of these nerds, like one of them is literally my occupation is being a colossal fucking nerd. The other one is like, hey man, I've had 11-year trial fucking period, man. I've done a ton of studying at this juncture. But also I'm the only one with a forbidden lore as far as I know. So I also qualify
None.
for geek. I think the only person that doesn't
Um,
really qualify for geek is
Farag,
Arthur.
Farag, quick, mild correction. Ross would also have a forbidden law.
I have two.
You have two. How many check marks total?
Yeah.
Uh, one in each.
Okay, so I have one more Forbidden Lore check mark than you do.
But he
So
has more forbidden law.
that's true. So I mean, at that point, either one of us could be the geek. So who's the lazy piece of shit?
No,
Minds
it's
that need
all of you.
inquiring about need to know. It can't be all of us. Some of us have actually worked for a living. By which I mean all of us, except the person who spent 11 years in their trial period, but they also walked for 7 fucking months as a 5-year-old. So, like,
And not to mention walking for who knows how long just to get to this meeting. Literally a
right?
point of, we'll aim for a year, but we know we'll take longer.
Right? It's like, we're gonna walk for a fucking year to get to this one meeting that happens every 10 years. It's gonna take us a year to get there, a year to get back, then we spread the news. God only fucking knows what's gonna happen in the next 8, because that's all we have before you have to start walking to the next meeting.
So yeah.
You push the Goku button on that one, my guy.
Now, what do you mean the Goku button?
Oh, Vegeta loses his shit when you push the Goku button.
Oh, fair.
Okay, well let's get into session 1.
Internet, you may not have noticed this,
Wait.
but we did some pre-sessions, did little vignettes, and Arthur Mercia, played by our own inimitable Lee Wolf, as a 5-year-old, walked for 7 fucking months across the fucking planet after his family was ruthlessly slaughtered by a bramble bush with negative opinions of the world.
Very angry Bramble. Thank you.
Particularly irate bramble bush ate half his house and all of his family members, including his father, who clearly had some venereal diseases going on here from all the times he visited the half a silver whorehouse.
My soul.
Follow up, Ross over there. Well, golly, they couldn't decide whether or not they wanted that man to be a knight or a wizard. So first he went to night school, that is the school for where you train to be a knight, not an evening education facility. And then halfway through that, they decided, you're not knightly enough for the nightclub. We're gonna send you to wizard school. You're a wizard, Crosby.
Fuck.
So they fucking shipped him off to wizard school, where they don't read. They don't write books. So he had to sit there and play Enemy Mine and learn the entire history of the House of Zombies. If you get that reference, you're way too fucking old, and I love you.
I think even worse is the fact that the night school taught me how to read and write, and then the nerd wizard school was like, "Yeah, fuck that shit. We speak only."
Exactly.
But then in the corner over there we have Joan, who in the entirety of her backstory didn't get a cookie.
The only
threw a
person
bed.
in the entire list of vignettes who did not receive a cookie or an offer of cookies in their backstory. And I'm the least traumatized of all these freaks. I just had a many-handed god tear my fucking eyeballs out and put new ones in.
You're over-exaggerating.
No, really.
He
He
pressed
put his
his thumbs-
thumbs into my eyeballs.
Exactly. That's not him tearing them out. He's popping them in.
Oh, you're right.
Further than they should be.
Liquefied my eyeballs in the socket so he could put new eyeballs in. No cookies for me.
And then you threw a bed. At some poor recruit.
Yeah. Yeeted a bed across the room. May or may not have exploded the door and smeared some poor acolyte across the wall in my holy school. My holy school of the Lesbianic Order of Joan.
But in any case, let's continue with the actual start of session 1.
Alright, Char, as the DM, you have to come up with
Yes.
a cool name for session 1 that I can put on the paperwork.
Yes. So the name for session 1 is Meeting in the Vault.
Oh, okay. Is that meeting spelled like EA, as in someone's getting a hot dicking, or is it just like everybody gathered together into the vault?
Everyone's gathered into the vault.
Darn.
So, you guys come together once for your meeting that's held once every 10 years. As
And
the
it
head
takes some of us. Sorry.
Yeah, it's held once every 10 years. The heads
Yeah.
of your orders are officially gathering around. Some these you know, some are new. Uh, 1 second, making sure I have all of these. But you guys are slowly but surely gathering in here. It takes time for you guys to eventually all gather in. Because it actually takes about 4 days for all the orders to finish gathering around. But during this time, you guys slowly get introduced to each other. I need everyone, though, to roll me a D100.
Solid start.
Hey, at least that means that if high roll means you're fucked, I'm in the middle. I'm
Okay.
safe.
Alright. Things in order to your turn. Sorry, as I'm making sure I got all the things in order.
Very specific seating arrangements.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, think about it. You can't. If two orders are enemies, you can't seat the two enemies together. You have to have some sort of neutral ally between those two.
I mean, 100% tracks. It's just also funny that the same logic applies to this as much as it does wedding party arrangements. No, we can't put the
Yeah,
racist
right.
uncle next to them. They'll fucking murder each other.
Right.
But that's kind of the point, though.
Don't
No.
put the do not put the homophobic heck in-laws next to the trans cousins.
It will just end badly.
Turn this
It'll
wedding
end
into a funeral.
It'll end horribly because the in-laws are going to be saying some sort of homophobic shit, and then the cousins are going to have some sort of comment about them being boomers and whatnot. And yes, we all know that that's the case, but don't tell them that.
Chandra Nalar? Oh, yes, please. Is Jasmine here by any chance?
You'll have to find that out soon.
Okay.
Where did you go?
Ooh, they look fun.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where? There you are.
It took me a minute to find their face.
Oh, you're not there. Where are you up there? Yeah. Do. Like that. Mm-hmm. Boom. All right. The head of all the orders have arrived. So, what about the 40? The first ones to arrive are the Order of Gem. Everyone can see that name, right?
Yes.
Joan the Sacrificed.
Yep.
And the absolute fucking unit next to her.
Yep. This is High Lord Arian. They're actually the next to arrive. After that,
Is Robert with his entourage?
Robert.
Yes. The
Mhm.
shining armor.
Yes,
Oh, shit.
he is here with High Lord Tyrion.
Fair.
After that is Flame Lord Estra. Following that is the Order of Recovery.
Is Jasmine here with the Flame Lord?
Yes.
Aw, it's a who's who.
Then it's Vivian the Great Druid and her entourage are here.
Hi.
Vivian the Great Druid. I feel like you missed one. Vivian was the one right after Flame Lord Estra, because I don't see one for the Order of Recovery.
The Order of Recovery is Vivian.
Copy. Sorry, there was just a long pause.
After that, showed up the stone crafters, led by crafter of stone Kreia.
Is she missing a hand?
No.
Oh, good.
And then it's the Queen of Clockwork, falling behind the crafter of stone, Queen of Clockwork, Rihanna.
Do they look chummy?
Ambivalent.
Okay.
What did I put that? Next is the Night Watchers.
The Night
Is
Watchers.
Aaron. Yep. Led by Aaron the Silent.
Doesn't talk much.
You don't know. They do have this weird stare when they look at you, though.
Hmm? Like a similar stare?
No, just weird.
Oh, okay.
Then you have Lord Hunter Matthias, who leads the Order of Matthias. Or, sorry, who leads the Order of the Brotherhood of Light. And then you have Headhunters Vi, who leads the Order of Matthias.
I thought Lord Hunter Matthias led the Order of Matthias.
No. Headhunter Matthias leads the Brotherhood of Light.
Copy.
Headhuntress V leads the Order of Matthias. And then you have Lord Gerald, who leads the Silver Knight Order. Then you have Archmage Mithra, who leads the Order of the Ones Who Remember. And that's the order they arrive in over the course of 4 days. The last to arrive being the Ones Who Remember, ironically.
Yeah, stuff's got to happen before they can bother to remember it.
Ross is looking incredibly antsy.
That being said, Joan.
Yep.
Robert does come marching towards you.
Oh no. Can I cast a quick look over at Jasmine and be like, "Save me"?
Jasmine will walk over and like, Joan. And then Robert, you see Robert kind of take this like right turn as that happens. Go ahead and roll me perception here.
Okay. Just straight perception or an awareness?
An awareness test, sorry.
Okay, it's all good. Okay, no, so it's just the 10 plus. That's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Boom. Oof.
You'll notice that Robert is carrying a small box with him.
No.
Yeah.
Gasp.
For he's no longer a shiny knight anymore. His armor is scaled by battle, and he has survived multiple encounters.
Hmm.
So, that being said, as a note, your sister, Joan the Healer, is here.
Is she with
Uh,
Marcus?
No, officially not. Marcus is with Lord Hunter Matthias, though.
Okay. I'll give Marcus a wave and a nod.
He'll smile at you. But as you can kind of like tell at the beginning of this, people are not crossing lines yet.
Right.
Next to arrive would be Vivian and her entourage, and our dear Arthur.
As a
You arrived.
note, real quick, lady in the top right, lady just under her, and big titty archer lady do not have names visible.
Yeah, yeah, there's that.
Yep.
That's weird. Top right. Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's a dude. Is that a dude?
You don't know.
Okay.
You can walk up and try and grab their breasts if you want.
I feel like that's a degree of familiarity that is exclusively shared between sisters and not something that outsiders would be willing to partake in.
You're probably correct.
That's exactly the sort of grab ass that we do at home, not out.
Um, so yeah. Arthur, you're the next to come in to the chambers, and it's already being filled quickly with people, unique faces. People from every order are here. It's colorful, it's distinct. Arthur,
That's you, Lee.
Yes.
did I hear what I said?
No. Yeah, sorry, you're gonna have to repeat yourself.
Oh, I said, Arthur, you and Vivian and their group of entourage is next, which does include you, Arthur. And by the time you
Mhm.
arrive here, there's already a bunch of colorful individuals
Mm-hmm.
strewn about the place. The Order of Joan is here. The High Lord is here. So the Order of the Righteous, the Order of the Flame. They're just everywhere. Um, so yeah, just in case you want to interact with anyone, talk to
I
anyone.
I think the main thing that Arthur is going to do is just going to be watching everyone and sort of trying to see if he can pick up on um, any sort of like behavioral stuff or anything like that.
Okay. So one of the things you will notice is, um, overall, it seems like it's Crafters of Stones and the Mechanized Orders don't get along.
Hmm. Makes sense.
Um, uh, the Order of Matthias and the Night Watchers don't get along too much.
Hmm.
And that's about as much as you can tell. No one trusts the Brotherhood of Light, though. They're very firmly outcast. But you do see. Actually, go ahead and roll me a scrutiny.
And I believe that this would factor into empathetic listener
Mhm.
because it is the point of I am sitting down and watching everyone. Fucking hell. Yeah, that seems about right for how my rolls normally start.
You don't notice anything. There's so many
I'm as
people
blind as
here.
I'm as blind as a bat head when it comes
Yep.
to picking up on certain things.
Finally, the last to arrive is our dear Ross.
Ever
Ross.
so antsy.
Yep. Ross, you're late.
I know. It's terrible. It's dreadful. I imagine Mithra's been telling me it's fine. It's fine, kid. Kid. Cool the fuck
It's
out. It's
fine.
fine.
You know what makes it worse? One of the first people you notice in here is High Lord Tyrion.
Mm. Oh no. I can't. Ah, I'm embarrassing. Oh no.
And you know he was early to arrive too.
Oh yeah, no, he absolutely fucking was because he's the best. God damn it. Ah,
As a note,
yeah,
High
no.
Lord Tyrion is a member, or is the leader of the Order of the Righteous, which is the knightly jerkasses that initially trained our boy here.
Mhm. Yep. So Ross is doing their best to like basically like parade position as still as possible.
Mhm.
Well, additionally, you have teleportation and you got here after the people that walked here.
Yeah. What does that
It's an
tell you?
ideological thing. Like I don't know. Like Mithra keeps telling me it's okay. It's
Like, yeah, no, it's not supposed to start until this day. We don't have to be there early.
but what will they think about us?
I don't care.
I don't care.
Mm, just does not compute.
Right? So yeah. Um, there will be a very early council meeting. To begin, they will bang the gavel, and Mishra is actually going to be the one taking charge at this point. And just members of each order, you've come here on this day, help maintain the world's peace. You've are the distinguished amongst your order, and you are here to oversee, inform, and follow the orders of this council. You do this council honor by being here, as well as yourselves. This is not a slow process. This is not an easy process. Or we remember what it's like when the previous one and the ones before happened. We will not rush these discussions, so prepare yourselves physically, mentally, spiritually for these upcoming days. But before we shall discuss, let us go and feast. And she's gonna bang the gavel, and everyone's gonna like stand up. At least you guys will see like the people who have been here before stand up, and they make their way down the hall to a giant buffet room where there has been food already prepared. It is warm, hot, and people are like, "Oh yes, this is the best part of coming here. It's the food." And why else would we be here?
Best part about work functions.
Right.
And the food.
Free catering. I think Joan is going to grab like the faces that she recognizes, and probably all of the other people that are here as sort of like accompaniment. Because I'm not the only person that came as the part of the Order of Joan, right?
No, each order brought 10 people.
Okay. Um, so I want to grab essentially all of the people that have names.
Mhm.
Joan the Healer, Marcus, Jasmine. I'll grab Robert too, but he's coming in as like I'm trying to engineer it as he's coming in with the group, so now's not a good time to ask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring in the other PCs
Okay.
and try and get us at like a couple of tables.
Okay. These tables are rather large, so it's not that hard to find a table that would fit all of you.
Mhm.
But how do you approach the PCs who have you not interacted with yet?
Um, I think I'm literally gonna as we're heading in there, I'll just put my
Mhm.
hand on a shoulder here and there, give people nods, and be like, let's find somewhere where we don't have to listen to them talk. The talking will happen later. Let's sit down and swap names and see what the non in charge people have to say.
Looks for the cue that it's all right.
Uh,
If you've been like parade resting like this entire time, I
Absolutely
would
have.
probably look over at Archmage Mithra, who you came in with, and be like, I'm gonna steal him for a bit. Is that okay?
you give me like what?
I'm gonna steal him for a bit. Is that okay?
Oh, yes, yes. It's great to see young kids nowadays expanding outside the order.
And she's like, oh yes, I feel like we should all at least be on a first name basis with each other.
Ah, I agree.
You never know when we might meet during work. And it's nice to build a rapport before we start bleeding and screaming and shooting.
I agree with this.
So I'm going to literally just put an arm around his shoulders and lift him off the ground as I carry him with me.
All
Alright.
right.
Well, all right.
And if anybody else is seeming equally squirrely, I'll just employ the same tactic.
All right. What about you, Arthur?
Honestly, I think Arthur would probably try to stick to the people that he knows as just a case of I I don't know if I can get attached to these other people yet.
Ah, yes, but you were approached by one of the PCs.
Hi, you came in with the order of recovery, right?
Yes,
Perfect. I've been
and
meaning
you
to ask about the differences between your healing metrics and ours. You want to come sit with us? And I'm holding another human being up off the ground. His feet are dangling.
yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's just literally that point of like looking at it and knowing full-heartedly that your other hand is free and just yeah, okay.
Wonderful.
Choosing to look over to like someone else in my like one of the other like 10, one of the other no, not be 10, it'd be other 9 that were brought along from the order of recovery, just to think of like help me.
I'm surprised
Ah,
the rest of the Order of Recovery isn't jumping on the opportunity to not have to walk somewhere.
Right?
Wait, they'll carry me? Really? Fuck yeah.
they just look at you, and then they're like, "Huh," and they kind of just turn away from you. Like, ah, yes, this is not my problem right now.
Wonderful.
There's just that quiet moment of I thought we were friends. I feel so betrayed.
We are. That's why we're letting this happen. You need this. We need this for you.
I'm like, ah, yes, we're gonna let you. You're the sacrificial lamb today. So yeah,
But yeah, she'll sit whoever looks the most skittish on one side of her, between her and Joan the healer, and Marcus sits on her other side, or at least on Joan's other side.
Yeah, no, because 100%, Arthur's gonna have a case of like looking for the nearest exit. Like, how do I get out of this if shit hits the fan?
You can't. She's gonna look at you and go, "Don't worry. If something kicks in the door and tries to misbehave here, you can hide behind me."
The fool to mess with this area right about now.
Right?
The world is full of them. Have you ever seen a few thousand vampire drones charge a wall?
Can't say I have.
They're not that smart. For all that they're individually cunning, they have a tendency to group up.
Yeah, no, it does seem to be more of a numbers fiasco.
Mm-hmm. She's sort of like, there's just a vaguely far off look when you say numbers fiasco, and then she's like, yes, it does seem that way. Off we go. And she's just going to grab like a couple of the big trays of food and set them down along the table. And she has made an ad hoc banquet for all of the people that she can gather. And it is designed so that you have to actually speak to someone to get the food further down.
Literally, it is designed such that if you want like the side of potatoes, you have to talk to someone else. It's like, hey, can I please have the potatoes?
Exactly.
ah, it's
You
truly
must communicate to
truly
eat.
horrible.
Well, that ain't hard now. I'm off duty now.
Right?
Actually, out of curiosity, do I know Robert from my early years?
You do.
Okay, because yeah, then I'd instantly sit by them.
You guys are the same age.
Oh, perfect.
Same birthday?
Same birthday.
Same birthday.
Nice.
Um. So yeah, it's not that hard. You know that he was kind of very upfront, I guess is the way to put it.
Blunt as a hammer to the face?
Exactly.
Direct.
And be like, Arthur.
What?
Well, not Arthur.
He's like, Arthur, how do you know me, sir?
No, my
Like,
brain
wow.
just.
Yeah.
The power play. Oh, you sit next to me. Hello, other person. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Not Arthur.
Ross.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I fully had a point. I'm just like, what, who the fuck is talking to me? And like the only people that should know my name are people of my order. The fuck?
They know me. They found me.
I don't know how.
But
Yes, Robert. It's good to see you again.
it is. It's been a while since you left our order. How was it becoming one of those pansy mages?
To be honest, it's a big hassle, but at least I don't have to worry about the chance of losing any fights, so that works out.
Well, it is true. I guess they needed somebody there to whip them into shape.
Ugh, you wouldn't even believe it. The whole strategical position, like defensive strategy at all, is just completely lost on them. They're mainly concerned of, well, if there's room for the fireball or not.
Uh-huh. Well, as long as they ain't hitting us, I'm fine with that.
They wouldn't dare.
Don't worry. Someone from our illustrious orders will be there to put you back together in the event it does happen.
All right. Damn it! I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
So your name is Ross?
It is, and you must be one of the sisters.
I am. I am Joan the leader.
Ah, well. I'm surprised you're sitting with us and not, more of the council, as it were.
Lead by example.
Well, fair enough. A leader of the people is to be well respected, I suppose.
I appreciate that. You seem to have some familiar with Robert?
Yes, we were, same birthday.
Oh, congratulations. You seem to be a different order these days, though. Were you litigated over?
He just sort of, looks down at the suit a little bit. Yes, I was, procured by the ones who remember.
Then congratulations are in order twice. You have two families.
I suppose that is the case. But, life's always about, what we do next. So.
Make the most you have with what you have.
Very true.
And you?
What have you?
And I'm going, in that momentary pause, I just turn and I look at Arthur. And you? You came with the Order of Recovery? That's you, Lee.
Yes, I know. I'm busy unmuting.
Okay.
But yeah, Arthur will just sort of have a point of yes, I did.
Your name, then? Unless you prefer to keep it to yourself?
Arthur.
Joan. But that's a safe assumption to make. This is, and she points to her sister, 2 seats away, and it's like, that is also Joan. She's known as Joan the Healer. This is Marcus of the Brotherhood of
Noted.
Light. Sorry.
No, just fully disappointed. Like,
Yeah.
noted. Like, the whole thing of there being multiple Jones, but only one is Joan the healer, one is Joan you,
Mhm.
whatever. However the whole thing goes.
Right. And she goes, "This is Marcus of the Brotherhood of Light. He's a scout. He actually brings us a great deal of the information about what occurs in the Borderlands. It's thanks to he and several like him that we have forewarning in these attacks." And she's...
Certainly,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, certainly useful skill and a strong asset to have.
Exactly so. This is Jasmine of the Order of Flames. And she'll basically go around introducing the people she knows, and the ones she doesn't, she'll get the names of. Everyone will get acquainted, or
Yeah.
else.
We will know each
Yeah.
other or die.
Yeah, and to that, I'm just gonna basically add that with Marcus, at the mention of how he's a scout and like, oh, they give us warnings of the various attacks and whatnot, or with any members of the Orders of the Righteous or any real mention of that, I feel like Joe definitely picked this up just because she's literally sitting right next to Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
He is physically having to bite his tongue.
I think Joan will give you a look, and the High Fellowship people will be like, "This is not the place for it." There's definitely a marker of like, we can pick this up later. We have to play nice right now because everybody's sitting at the same table.
Yes, but the person with low fellowship and oblivious goes, "Is there something wrong with your food?"
And we're like, great segue.
Yeah, it's just really a point of like, no, nothing's wrong. I just wish that I had some of insert type of food here.
That's fair. Cookies are delicious.
God damn it. And she's like, "I don't think I've had the opportunity. We don't do a lot of baking."
Physically bites his tongue.
I am sorry, but when I was first taken to my order, one of the first things that they did was offer us a collection of cookies and honey lollipops before showing us to rooms and letting us get cleaned up.
Oh, now those I've had. They're quite good. Sticky as all hell, though. But
Well,
no,
that must have been quite nice.
I grew up in the order, actually, so I wasn't inducted into it. My mother was a member of the order, and that's where I ended up.
Well, I mean, the Order of the Righteous is the earliest family I've ever remembered. Granted, the first 6 months was mainly food. I can't say it was cookies and honey lollies, though.
Well, we should try cookies then.
Huh?
And she's gonna try a cookie. Because goddammit, she's gonna have a cookie. And she's like,
I want my goddamn cookie.
right? So she's like, that's actually really good. I might have to start baking.
Looks at Robert, looks at you. We can say it now, right? No?
No, we can say it.
Oh, okay.
Regardless, DM, I've basically just been introducing everybody to everybody, getting all the names of the people at the table, and keeping conversation from taking a bad direction.
Yeah, I also introduced the idea that Joan probably noticed, has just because she's next to Arthur, that at mention of the Order of the Righteous or Scouts, how to warn us of upcoming attacks, Arthur has a point of physically having to bite his tongue.
Yeah. Robert, uh, will smile and he talk, uh, boisterously about his last defending of a town and how grateful they were.
It sounds like an excellent time.
It was.
Grumble, grumble, mumble, mumble.
You know, it's such a shame when the residents of a village aren't grateful for such heroic acts.
Ah, true. But we were able to help this town.
Again, grumble, grumble, mumble, mumble.
I'm just gonna put a steadying hand on Arthur's shoulder while they're talking. I offer him a cookie. Which is to say, I put a cookie in his hands so that he can crumble it or eat it as his rage demands.
Just fist shattering the cookie each time.
Man, this is a 4-week-old snickerdoodle. You can cut a man in half with this thing with a throw.
But yeah, no, like the really big thing is just like literally the majority of the stuff that he's like grumbling and mumbling about is stuff like, do you really call it helping if you show up after all the fighting's actually done?
Right, and we
Yeah.
are not letting that spread to the table.
Yeah, I was gonna say because like
again, exactly why it's grumble, grumble, mumble, mumble.
Mhm,
yeah, I was gonna
mhm.
say I think anything short of a direct comment, I don't think Robert or Ross is going to notice because they're just like, ah, yes, we're the greatest at defending villages.
Ah, yes, we're the good guys.
Meanwhile, there's just this ever-growing shadow in the one corner.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how are Marcus and Joan getting along? I don't know why I had trouble remembering her name.
Yeah, you'd think it'd come to you like, sister, fuck, shit.
Right?
What's their name? What's their name? God damn it.
It's Joe. Same as
Mm.
Makes birthday cards super easy though.
Right.
Right. Marcus and Joan oddly aren't talking, but they are more smiling and looking at each other.
Absolutely besotted.
Yes.
Tracks. Joan's like, I did a good thing.
So they're not really talking, but they're very much enjoying each other's company.
That's wonderful. At that point, I'm totally content to let them do that. When they're like, when I can get a couple of words out of them, I will. But otherwise, I'm just gonna let them have their moment together.
Okay.
By the way,
Mhm.
while I'm thinking
Yes.
about it, how obvious is it to use my Blessing of Calm?
Very obvious. So most blessings do emit a light of some kind.
Okay.
You have heard rumors that the Night Watch can hide the effect of their blessings going off,
Okay.
but it's pretty obvious.
Fair. All right. So I'd like to wait for a distraction and try and hit Arthur with my Blessing of Calm.
Mhm.
Because, like, he's clearly getting worked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That.
But it's more along the lines of, like, can I, like, put a finger in, like, the back of his shirt or something while I put a hand on his back, on, like, the back of his shoulders? And try and, like, cover that up a little bit?
So as a note, so when you touch him, your hand does radiate a light.
Okay. So it would have to be
So
like
not like
tucked under his shirt or something.
yeah, and then even then they would see the light coming out from under his shirt
Okay.
and above his collar.
Fair.
Is that kind of light?
Okay, so it's not like there's a gentle glow. It's like a light flare.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is fully like there is an angel's halo emanating from your hand.
Copy. All right. We're gonna have to work that shit out. Did any members of the Night Watch join us?
Yes, a member of the Night Watch did join you.
Wonderful. I'm not gonna make you draw like I'm not gonna ask you to find art for all these guys, but if we could get like a list of names, that would be great. Because I'm networking.
Oh no, so I do actually have a name for him. N Art.
Oh, fucking tits.
Yeah. Also because it's being recorded. Um. Where did you go? Where did you go?
Where did you go?
But yeah, no, it's very much just a point of if Robert and Ross are going to continue have a case of like the order of the righteous is so brilliant.
Good times.
Right.
All right. So I am only recording the roll 20 as a note.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, I'm gonna put it on the roll 20. I know it's here. Because I saw it earlier. There it is. How about?
What is?
Yeah.
Okay, now my brain can make sense of what I'm looking at.
Let's go by the name Pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Pumpkin. Yeah.
Pumpkin.
That's adorable.
He's very quiet though.
That's cool.
Um. So yeah. He's very quiet. You can go ahead and roll me an awareness test on him.
Okay. Awareness or scrutiny? Just checking.
You can roll both. Awareness and scrutiny get you two different things.
Okay. Hey, it's Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm putting these on here because, you know.
Makes life easier. By the way, out of curiosity, aside from Arthur, are there any other members of the Order of Recovery that are here?
Yes.
Like at the table?
No.
Sacrificial lamb.
Yo.
Right?
Alrighty, let's check this out.
The question is, is Pumpkin the sacrificial lamb for their order?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I feel
Oof.
I feel like in all honesty,
I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
Arthur and Pumpkin might have all of two words shared, but here's just the point of sacrificial lamb.
Damn. I don't have the
Literally-
awareness for it at all.
Could I attempt an awareness check on him?
Yes, everyone here may attempt an awareness check on them.
I got that scrutiny though.
Okay, so would I'm assuming you would allow for clever savant on this.
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy shit, Arthur.
I'm good at seeing shit, okay?
Clearly. All right, Arthur's our our eyes, right? We're all agreed.
Mm-hmm.
When Arthur says, I see something, we fucking believe him.
All right. So go ahead. Also, don't forget to roll that scrutiny as well.
Okay. Which again, I can apply pretty much the exact same modifiers here.
All right. Ross,
Yes.
Pumpkin's there.
They exist. They don't seem nearly as enthusiastic about the Order of the Righteous as me and Robert is, and that's a shame.
That's a real shame. Let's see here. So with a scrutiny, right? So scrutiny for 5 degrees of success. He's analyzing you guys right now, top to bottom, and he has also very clearly made notice of your Mark Arthur.
Why are you doing that, my dude? Why are you doing it?
Oh, as a note, I got the 5
That's-
degrees.
Yeah, that's just with 5 degrees. With 9 degrees. With his scrutiny test, you can tell he's very harshly judging you right now, and is keeping an eye on you in case you, I don't know, explode
Ah, okay, we're dealing with
into
that
briars.
bullshit. We're,
Mm-hmm.
we're dealing with that bullshit here. Okay.
Yep. And not only that, you'll also notice since you got the awareness test, he has his hand on a gun.
Okay, so he's fully like ready for a fight.
At any moment, he's ready for a fight.
Okay. So is he like, Okay, I didn't get the score on that, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I think what you got with the 5 was the fact that he's analyzing the group and that he has probably, I'd say that most likely the case of him having clocked something on Arthur. I'm not sure if it would necessarily be the fact of Arthur having the briar mark, but
Yeah, it was the prior mark.
yeah, no,
Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure if Joan would clock that it was Arthur having the briar mark. I know that Arthur can clock that's the thing because it's
Yeah, I guess
No, with 5 degrees of success, it is clocking the prior mark.
Okay, so I've clocked
Okay.
your briar mark because that's what he's drawing attention to with his attention.
Mhm.
yes. Um,
He's also clocked something about Ross.
Oh no.
do I get the idea that he's probably judging that as heavily or more heavily than my mark?
With that kind of scrutiny, it's kind of weird because it's probably both. You're not sure. You're not entirely sure. But he is
Okay.
judging both of you heavily.
Fair enough. Um, anything else?
No.
Okay. Then I feel like at this juncture, Arthur might actually make the quote unquote move to turn to Joan, Ferox Joan,
Mm-hmm.
and make that point of you wanted to discuss the difference between your order's healing and my order's healing.
I did, yes.
Well, as a note that would be very important is that my order is able to much more accurately test and ensure that people haven't been infected by the briars.
Oh, I see. Is that a blessing or just training?
Training.
Wonderful.
And it's literally just the point of saying this is that case of like, I'm not gonna burst into a collection of briars, you dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's all
Um,
good.
yeah. But also another point that would be made would be something along the lines of, I'm so happy that we can have the orders interact here and have it be done in a peaceful manner, whereby no one is at risk of getting injured by another. You know, the subtle case of I clocked you, dumbass.
Yeah. He looks at you like he doesn't care.
Yep. It's
Try
all
me.
good.
Wait, there isn't any inner order sparring at these events? Well, that's unfortunate. I was kind of looking forward to that.
We can fight if you'd like.
Mhm.
There we go. Then we got one taker.
I will much rather stay on the sidelines and make sure no one ends up dying from this endeavor.
Robert's like, I agree. I do believe some sparring is in order.
See? There we go. What about you, Pumpkin? You seem to be staring intently enough at me.
Well, he's either wanting to spar with you or wanting to make out with you.
Ah, sorry, my friend. Not my persuasion.
He'll look at you and go, we can spar.
Oh, good.
Very well.
We'll organize a little tournament.
See, this is how we really bond in between orders.
Is it?
I mean, this is how we bond within the Order of the Righteous, I suppose.
Ah, yes, I remember on your first day, you had your arm broken.
Ah, yes, Captain Roderick. Real spitfire. But, you know, it was a good lesson. He's just sort of like absentmindedly sort of rubbing at his arm.
Quick question: would it be your normal arm or your vegged out arm?
As a note, he keeps that very much undercover, so if
No,
Arthur clocks that...
Yeah, no. Based off what Char told me earlier, I didn't clock your arm. I'm asking player to player, which arm was it that had that break happen?
Oh, player to player, it was his left arm. It is the vegged out arm. So, like, the shawled arm, he's just sort of, like, rubbing absent-mindedly.
Okay, because the main reason why I'm saying this is because, again, like, the whole point of Arthur's order is to help people, and they predominantly deal with a lot of healing stuff. So it's a point of, if he notices you rubbing at your arm, just... Are you injured in some way?
Oh, no. The nurse took care of it thereof. It's... how do the other orders put it? Psychological injury or something of the sort? I don't know.
Sometimes the memory of the injury can outlast the injury itself.
There you go. Oh yeah, nothing
well understood.
of actual seriousness.
Fair enough. And just quietly goes back to eating.
Who else we got at the table, DM?
So beyond that, those are kind of the only people that are sitting there right now.
Mm-hmm. The rest are lesser NPCs?
Yes.
Okay.
Are NPCs. Orders, I haven't made NPCs for all the orders yet, other than who was in charge.
That's fair. I think I'll do a lot of catching up with Jasmine. Well, I say a lot of catching up with Jasmine. I want to catch up with Jasmine. We haven't done any catching up yet.
Yeah. Except to say, you last saw Jasmine when you were 15. That was 3 years ago.
Right.
Jasmine will inform you that they are currently working with their order. They turned 18 not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
They are enjoying a very relaxing time right now. They haven't had to go on like one of those outings again.
Mm-hmm.
And they were almost engaged at one point. But that didn't last long.
Oh no. Condolences or congratulations?
He passed away during one of the Order of Matthias's raid.
Condolences then.
Yes. I wasn't very fond of him, but it happens.
She'll give her kind of a supplementary, like, pat on the hand, like, there. I understand you're not too broke up about it, so I won't express too much sadness for it, but it sucks when people die. Even the people you're not fond of. As a note, Joan is really touchy-feely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just in general. I'm letting the other PCs know. Like a lot of her like pieces, like conversation snippets, come with like her putting a hand on you or like leaning in like into your personal space a little bit or at the edge of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then I think as a general rule, you'd probably notice that like any sort of like facing or like close being in close to people, or like whenever like Joan comes to reach and touch at them, they're having their right side face forward and having that sort of shawled left side face back.
That's fine.
My hair.
Sorry. She'll make note of that. She'll like avoid touching that side then if you're like conscious about it.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's not like a lots of like lingering touches or anything. She's just very expressive,
Yeah.
like very tactile. But yeah.
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 So, you guys, it's a very fun time because you guys get to talk to each other. Um, are you guys wanting to try and figure out how to spar with each other?
Yeah, I think if we have the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So,
just the first day.
oh yeah, then 100%. Pick up some training weapons and find some
Um,
open space.
well, there's no training weapons that they brought with them.
Well, that's a good thing we got a couple of healers.
Yeah. Uh, but who are you guys are gonna ask where to find a place to spar? Are you just guys gonna do it out in the front lawn?
Um, I personally don't have a preference.
Yeah, I mean, if there isn't like set facilities or like a set space for training here, then probably default to like the yard and out of people's way.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
Arthur definitely has that point of, let's first make sure we have all the medical supplies you might need. So, for whatever method would be recommended for basically getting the medical supplies.
You have to go talk to one of the orders, probably one of the healing orders, to requisition supplies.
Yeah, then I'd probably just basically go over to Vivian and just have a point of like, hey, some of them want to have a sparring match, and I basically volunteered here to be on-call healer to try and make sure no one dies because of it. Can I get some healing supplies for that?
Sure. They'll give you some of their extra healing supplies they brought with them.
Thank you kindly. And then fully just basically find a section of, like a section that's a little bit further away um from the actual sparring ring. I think to basically set that is the quote unquote mid bay.
Just making a field hospital.
Literally just like medical here. What does it have? Table, chair, and a bench.
All right. Question becomes, who wants to go first?
Yo.
You?
Why not?
Okay. What about you, Arthur? Do you want to spar against Joan?
Would you prefer to fight me or Pumpkin?
Arthur?
Sorry, what? I'm not fighting anyone. I'm in medbay. I'm making a
Ross.
medbay.
I mean, yeah, sure. We can go at it. I mean, if Robert doesn't mind, seems to be catching eyes somewhat.
Now, what do you mean catching eye?
Gives him the look.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Would you like
Of
to
course.
fight, Robert?
That is nope. Nope.
That is
I
a
would not
nope.
fight a. I would not fight a lady. That is unknightly.
Ladies would be elsewhere.
Ah,
There are men and women here.
no.
Warriors all.
I would not fight a woman.
It sounds to me like maybe somebody's scared of the sister.
We are of the order of the righteous. We should not be fighting our sisters.
If it's that big of an issue, just put some names in a hat or something and draw them out.
You know, the order recovery actually makes a good point there. All's fair and treated equal amongst orders, no?
Joan just reaches up and pops the clasp on the baldric covering her her sword.
Just smooth steel.
Yup. Well, there should not be any shinking noise, because that means that metal's grinding against metal. It should be a
That's
silent
fair.
draw.
And not a word.
Not a fucking whisper. At the
Yeah.
best, you line the cap of your scabbard with sandstone in order to help sharpen the blade when you draw it.
Yeah.
And
Or
that's
put oil in
still
the scabbard.
quiet. Oh yeah, you absolutely put oil in the scabbard, but putting oil in the scabbard would also be quiet because it's gonna slide.
Yeah. It lubricates it.
Well, you don't want it to lubricate the sword. You want to keep it from rusting because you apply a thin layer of oil in order to keep water and oxygen away from the blade so it doesn't oxidize. If you put
Well, yes,
too
that's
much
in-
on it, it doesn't cut anymore.
But yeah, no, very much just sort of the point of like, all you'd really need is for one person to draw a name from like a hat or something like that with the 3 other people's names, and then whoever wasn't picked from that one fights the other person that's left over.
Yeah, that's entirely fair.
Thank you for volunteering, Arthur.
Nope. Do you want to stay alive?
Yes, that's why you get to pick who fights who.
Alright. Roll me a d4.
That's you.
Whom?
You.
You.
You are the picker of the fights?
Yep.
Okay, so then who's assigned to what number?
Doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, I think
DM's got a
Char's already
plan.
is. Yeah, Char's already assigned the numbers, so like you just roll it and then probably roll it again.
Alright, roll it again. Alright. Ross and Joan.
Yeah, let's go.
Do it.
Alright. I'm gonna move us back to this map.
I'll get the burn treatment ready.
Oh, good. What's a good element for... What's a good element for my breath weapon? Like, what would have been Jones, like the original Jones, preferred element, as it were?
Fire.
Okay.
Oh, we can appreciate that.
Right.
Alright. Back to back. 30 paces.
30. That's a
Yep.
bunch of paces. Are we shooting at each other?
Basically.
Are we shooting at each other?
I
Guys,
mean,
whatever weapons you want to use.
I was gonna say, you
Alrighty.
pulled your sword. I'll just pull my staff.
Fair.
And
Char,
oh, not one.
I just saw
Yeah.
the thing you sent me. No.
And go ahead and roll your initiative.
As a note, I can't select my token.
That's
It's a new thing with Roll20 since they've updated. You can't select your token if you didn't drag it on.
That's not true.
Error.
I can select my token just fine, and he's the one that put it on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can select it now. It's just permissions.
Yeah.
There we go. Alright. Yeah, okay. I just had to be sure this one doesn't have anything for initiative. Alright, agility. Go.
You going first?
Let's go!
Do it.
Are you back there?
Here's hoping.
Oh, good stuff.
But literally the nat 1 and the 10. Wait, do we
Right.
all have a 14 agility?
I think so.
Yeah, as it works out.
There are certain skills
Yeah.
you just want to have agility in.
Yeah. Yeah, we just all have a 14 agility.
Weirdly enough, getting the stat that involves dodging things seems somewhat important.
Right. Char.
Yeah.
My Discord is being the fuckery.
oh.
Yes, I cannot access my weapons. Like,
Your
because
Discord?
I didn't get the stats in yet, so.
Are you talking? And let's scroll up. We're gonna. Bah. That'll tell you where to go, up and down.
Right. No. I literally am stuck on the fucking loading thing. I
Oh,
can't access it at all.
so what you're gonna want to do is close it and then reopen it.
All right. Give me a second. We'll pause the recording.